So the new BMW G310R BS6 versus the KTM Duke 390 BS6, which one is better? Which bike is worth buying? What are the pros and cons of each bike? My signature style detailed analysis and Comparo video is what is coming up. So without further ado, let's go ahead with this. I call this the paradox Comparo. Why? Because we have two motorcycles that started on a different path and have completely changed directions recently. The G310R, when first launched, was super pricey for a single cylinder bike, and except for the BMW badging, it had nothing else going for it. But now we see BMW suddenly reverse their strategy. They added a truckload of features on it and yet priced it super aggressively at a price that is significantly lower than the Duke 390. Now when we look at the Duke 390, when this design was first launched in 2017, it kind of redefined value for money, getting all the right goodies well ahead of its segment, and yet came with an unbelievable price tag. But now with constant price hikes and the BS6 update, the Duke 390's price has shot up way beyond comprehension, and though it still offers great value, it has moved well ahead of the value for money proposition that it always stood for. So two extreme cases of paradox clash in this epic battle, and let's see who comes out victorious. First, the design. The Duke 390 with the Super Duke inspired design still looks well ahead of its time and radical and sporty and truly badass. The 310R with this new design update looks classy, elegant, and does look smart and premium, justifying the BMW badge. Talking about fit and finish and build quality, both the bikes do impress. The quality of paint and the panels feel pretty impressive, and though the KTM 390 twins have been coming off late with MRF rubber, we don't know what their strategy would be moving forward, whether they would revert to Metzeller's or drop the price to fight the onslaught of the G310R. The Beamer on the other hand gets Michelin tires, which are just as good as Metzeller's and way better than MRF's. Now talking about the equipment on board, both the bikes almost match step to step. Both get slipper clutch, both get ride-by-wire, both of them get LED lights all around, and both the bikes get a 150 section rear tire, and both the bikes get USD forks. Now the Duke, however, inches ahead here because it gets quick shifter plus, which means we get a quick shifter along with an auto blipper, which is unbelievable in this price range. Now this results in clutchless upshifts as well as downshifts. However, this doesn't really work like a classic quick shifter with a wide open throttle. The G310R on the other hand doesn't get a quick shifter. Also, the Duke gets the gorgeous full color TFT console, which the 310 misses out on. Duke also gets chunky 43mm USD forks, whereas the 310R gets 41mm USD forks. Now the front end feel is good on both the bikes, but KTM with their obsession with pure track and race performance inch ahead here and offer more reassurance and confidence. But the gold anodized forks on the G310R look much more premium aesthetically. Now both the bikes get dual channel ABS, but the Duke also gets the Supermoto mode where we can switch off ABS on the rear wheel and perform drifts and stunts. Now the 310 doesn't enjoy this luxury. Now talking about the seats, the Duke again offers more room for the rider to move around and offers decent room for the pillion. The seat foam on the 310R is of better quality and feels more comfortable. However, room for the pillion is not as abundant as the Duke. Also, the Duke gets a steel tank with 13.5 liters of tank capacity, which results in better tank range. The 310 only gets a 12 liter tank, so the Duke moves ahead here as well by offering better tank range. The Duke also gets a larger 320mm front disc as opposed to the 300mm front disc of the 310. So the initial bite and feedback is better for the Duke. The 310 however is more appealing for shorter and average height riders because of the lower seat height of 785mm. The Duke however feels taller with a seat height of 830mm. Now one thing that was a surprise is that the 310 feels very easily flickable, but on paper the Duke gets a shorter wheelbase of 1357mm compared to 1380mm of the 310. So either ways, both the bikes are brilliant in terms of handling thanks to the aluminum swing arm both come equipped with. Talking about the chassis, the Duke gets a steel trellis frame with a bolt-on subframe, whereas the 310 gets a tubular space frame. Both the bikes offer good high-speed stability and great cornering stability. In terms of weight, the 310 weighs 164 kgs, whereas the Duke weighs 167 kgs. Now honestly, the 310 feels a lot lighter than what the spec sheet reads, and the same thing applies to the Duke as well. But comparing both, the 310 feels a lot lighter than the weight difference that's apparent on paper. I love the fact that BMW have also included adjustable levers on the 310, so the levers can be adjusted as per your finger reach. The Duke got this from the beginning, so that's great as well. Now let's talk about performance. Now both the bikes come powered by a single cylinder engine. The 310 puts out 34 PS of max power, whereas the Duke puts out 43.5 PS of max power, which is absolutely crazy. In terms of torque, the Duke puts out 37 Newton meters, whereas the 310 puts out 28 Newton meters. So in terms of power delivery across the rev band, there's no way of catching the Duke. Even post the BS4 update and KTM holding back on the sheer monstrosity of the BS3 original Duke 390, it still feels quite aggressive now compared to the 310. The initial torque, the pickup right off the mark, the mid-range surge, and even the top end is absolutely awesome on the Duke. But the 310 is no bummer either. It offers good pickup and a strong mid-range punch. The top end is also decent enough, but the Duke just nukes the competition when it comes to sheer performance. What I do like about the 310 is its lightweight and nimble character and the effortless riding experience it has on offer. Completely fatigue free, it just doesn't wear you down even after long rides. Now both the bikes are great all-rounders. You can use them for daily commutes, you can have a blast at track day events, and you can also tour on these bikes. Another important factor that not many discuss is the maintenance cost and the after-sales service. Now BMW haven't made any official announcement regarding the new maintenance cost, but the service interval is around 10,000 kilometers or 1 year for BMW, whereas for KTM it is every 7,500 kilometers or 6 months. In terms of service cost, the Beamer would set you back by around 4,500 to 5,000 rupees, whereas the KTM would cost around 3,000 rupees for a general service. Now looking at the price, this is where BMW kind of shocked everyone because no one saw this coming. 2.45 lakhs for the 310R, which makes it nearly 13k cheaper than the Duke 390 BS6, which is now priced at 2.58 lakhs ex-showroom, and this is an absolute clincher by BMW. So overall, there is no doubt that the Duke 390 is comprehensively better than the 310 in every which way possible, but what makes us laud BMW is how far they have come down to please their true fans. Usually with every upgrade there is always a price increment, but this might be the very first time in history we have seen a major upgrade with a significant price drop. And also they've given it all the right upgrades with a slipper clutch, ride-by-wire, LED lights and adjustable levers. So though the mind says KTM, the heart yearns to give BMW a chance. As a reviewer, my verdict says KTM is still the winner, but the BMW G310R with its incredible brand value and a strong heart is here to change the game. Now what do you guys think? Which one would you pick given the choice? Please do comment below and let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless and ride safe.